Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Autonauts. This is our third night playing. My name is Jeff. You can call me Jeff, and we'll get started. See where we left off last week. Pick up from wherever we were. I know we had research going. We were feeding the colonists some berries. And it looks like our berry farm ran out. So let's see, we've got a charge bot here that ran out. We've got a charge bot over here that ran out of juice. So I think what I'm gonna do is grab my data disk. This one here was going to be my charge bot disk. What I'll do is I'll grab someone who's nearby. These guys are out too. So who's not out? Glass Deviant. Come over here just for a minute. I'm gonna copy the program off of this bot. That way, let me real quick copy that. I want to remember that this disk is for charging. I'll rename it charge. Copy. And now my disk says charge on it. And then I'll go ahead and rename you back to your proper name. There you go. And since I need a new charge bot down here, since these charge bots weren't quite keeping up, I will grab my new bot. Tell it to come to me wherever I am. And I'll paste the programming into it. And then all I have to do is change the area. So Glass Deviant's area was here, but I need you to focus on down here, where this bot ran out of juice. Go ahead. Go. Your charge bot. And that should get this back up and running. Once we have both charge bots down here covering that area, we should see the charge bots take care of charging everyone else eventually. Yeah. What's up, Glass? Doing well. It feels like it's later than it is. Alright, so we got charging going on again down here. Need to fix the chargers up here. I guess someone is still out. Gareth ran out of juice up there. I'll have this new bot come to me. Why not? Berries, charging. Alright, I'll load up the charge program on you. Your charge bot. Your area will be up here. Yeah, same time here. Like, it's crazy to me, especially, at this point in my life, but it was always a little weird, but it's even weirder the older I get, that some people are thinking about going out to dinner now. Like, they wait this late in the day to eat. Like, I'm thinking about going to bed when it's this late. Do I not have a charge bot covering? Yeah, research is just out of the charge zones there, so I need another charge bot there. You're my new charge bot. New. Load you up. You are going to be centered on the latest bot that's out of power. There. Go. Yeah. But what about second dinner? I'm just going to drop the charge disk here, I think. But the nice thing about using the disk to load the charge program onto the new bots is that I don't have to walk all the way over to where a bot needing charged is. I can just send them there from wherever I am. That's why I like just keeping one disk with the charge and then using this one to just copy paste whoever if I need multiple things. All right. So where we left off, we've got the berry farm going pretty good. We're most of the way through the tier 1 research, if I remember. Yeah, we're working on this last one, which will get us recipes for the tier 2 colonists for the next level up. We have the huts that they'll need, but you know, they need food and shelter. Hey, Wally. Welcome. They'll need food and shelter for the next level up of colonists, so I need the huts for them, but they'll also want fancier food than just raw berries or whatever. Yeah, what's up? Happy Valentine's Day. Hey, Glass and I were complaining about the hour. Like old people. It's 9 o'clock, thinking about bed. Halidorn! The Cult of Heretics again. So I think what we'll do tonight is we'll probably start our, I don't know what I want to call them, pavers, the turf team. But there's lots of little pieces of stuff just growing naturally around, and it makes it difficult to do a nice area. Like my blueprints area here has berries and flowers in the way. And I could build stuff over here, but I have to get rid of all that stuff first. I like making a team of bots that just go around clearing up everything. I like it with the dog head there. Glass, that's good. Is that tentacle dog? So I'll have bots going around and digging up all the random junk that's around and laying down turf so that we can move in and do some nice, fill in some nice workspaces in that. Maybe spread out all of this because it's all kind of bunched up right now. So I'll ask here, what is it about Heretic 7? Tentacle 7? Like, why doesn't that show up as... Is that an actual emote that I keep not seeing for some reason? Hey, Nutmeg. Yeah, maybe I don't want to know that. Ooh, fun. Is there a clip of that out there somewhere? Alright, so in order to start clearing space, I mean, it's good to get them working and have them out there working while I start setting up other stuff. But if I'm going to turf things over, I'm going to need a lot of turf. And what happens is you dig up the green turf. Sometimes you get one, sometimes you get two. So we'll set up a set or area of bots, a farm growing turf, pretty much, where they keep digging it up and replanting it. And eventually they'll have enough extras that they can start putting it into boxes. So I think I'll get that started. And then get my cleanup crew going. And after that we can start setting up our tier 2 recipes and things. So I'll go ahead and get on that. We'll start a turf farm. Where do I want to put that? It doesn't need to be that central of an area. Maybe I'll put it over here. It also doesn't need to be super huge. So I'll get a sign for this, and you'll see why after a little while. I got a sign. I'll leave a couple of spaces and come down about here. All right, this will be my turf farm. I'm gonna mark it out to be here. Let's see, 3x3 is probably a good start. Just so I can see it without hovering on the sign, I'm also going to put a planter area down for now. And, I'm going to select it. Call that turf. All right, so I'll plant the sign there. And this is where we'll have our turf farm. I'm going to put down a few boxes. One for replanting purposes, and then one for storing up extras. This will be turf. What? Replace, replenish, replants, because that's a word. And this can be, I'll just call this turf. Turfs. And I'll probably want a box of spades down here as well. That way our bots don't have to keep walking back up there. And if I move the workshop here where we're making the spades, they might even have further to go. So I like to keep a supply of spades down here. So this will be turf spades. Close that. So we have our turf spades here. Hey, research is done. Here's all our tier 2 food recipes. Carrot salad, shiso sashimi, herby pumpkin, herb mushrooms, spiced apple, spiced berries, watery porridge, and the crude mixing pot where you can make all of these. You notice each of those had sort of a main ingredient like carrots or berries or pumpkin. You can kind of pick one line of foods and make that line of food. I'm still thinking I might do the pumpkin line. I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna put one of these down just to get that made. But we'll worry about that in a little bit when we start setting up for the next tier of colonists. We don't need to worry about it right away. So turf spades there. This will be our turf output where people who are going to be using turf come to get it. And then this will be turf where we harvest it, put it in the box, and then when we're also going to take out of there. And when this gets filled up, we're going to have a bot taking some out of here and putting them into our turf warehouse sort of here. We did a similar thing with the tree seeds for the forest over there because we didn't want to use up all the seeds and not have any to replant for our trees. So I guess first I will have a bot start bringing spades down. They're gonna be the crude spades. Get one and put it in the box. Turf, spade, supply. Hands full. Put them in the box until your hands are empty. Do that forever. Go. So now we can teach our next bot that it can come here for spades. Oh, back on me. All right, bot, you're going to be a digger. So you're going to get a spade from turf spades. You're going to find a spot of turf to dig up. And now that we have signs, rather than adjusting this area manually by myself here, I'm going to select the Select Structure button down here, and I can tie its area to the turf farm sign. And I can say check. And you'll see that is now tied directly to that. And I can give him that. What's it gonna do? So if your hands are empty, go get a spade. Otherwise, find turf and dig it up. We also want to put in we probably, yeah, we don't want it to dig up any more turf if the turf replacer box is full. If that's full, we can stop digging. So if that box is not full, go ahead and find some turf to dig up and do that. So turf dig. Go. And the best part about tying his area here to a sign is that if I come and edit the sign, I can make it one bigger. You know, if we find we're not producing turf fast enough, I can make the turf area bigger and bigger. And the bot and any other bots tied to the sign will automatically have their sizes all adjusted too. I won't have to go to each individual bot to edit that. Get out of here. Put the sign back down real quick before I mess things up. So that's one turf digger. Actually, yep. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get our turf collector going. Same deal here. You're going to look for turf in the turf farm sign area. And you're going to put it in the box. You're going to do that until your hands are full. And you're going to put it in the box till your hands are empty. Forever. Turf, collect, stow. That's the word I've been using. Try to be consistent. Alright, so we have a bot digging, we have a bot boxing. We need one more bot replanting. So this will be turf, plant. What this bot will do is take turf out of the box and put it back down in the soil here. Again, same area with the sign. This one's taking until its hands are full from the box. And it's going to plant until its hands are empty. This one will just keep going as long as there's dirt, soil, for it to put turf onto. And the digging bot will stop digging when the box gets full. So this bot will naturally go around and plant everything back up until it can't anymore because there's no more dirt in the sign area, and then it'll stop. So our digging bot is sort of the keep things under control bot here, so we don't just get stacks and stacks and stacks of turf. All right, so we have our basic rolls all going here. See, as soon as he planted the turf, the dig bot started digging again. They can plant faster than the digbot can dig, so we'll probably get more than one digbot going. And we'll use up all this box pretty quick, so I'll get this bot programmed real quick before we run out altogether. This bot is going to watch the replace box, and if that gets full, it'll grab a handful and toss them over into the turf warehouse supply box here. And that's all it's gonna do. So that'll be hands full and hands empty. But the whole thing will only happen if the turf replace, that's not what I wanted. If the turf replace box is full. So if turf replace gets full, go to the turf replace box and take from it until your hands are full. Then go over to the turf box and empty your hands out into it. And then we'll do a forever loop, so it'll drop back, it'll do all that once, then it'll drop back out and say, okay, now we'll check again to see if the turf replace box is full or not. We'll call this turf. This will be our turf warehousing bot. Right, and you can see the box isn't full, so it just keeps hitting that if condition and skipping out. And that's fine. So what's going on? Our turf digging bot ran out of power. So we need a new... I left the charge disk way up here. All right, new bot. It's yet another charge bot. I don't need you to record. I just want you to come here. I'll load the charge program onto it. Just the area to down here in the turf farm. I'd like to center it right on whichever bot ran out of power, because that's where we need it. Go. I should keep that disc on me. All right. So we got our spades coming in. We've got spades and spades. Charge bot. Organize the teams here a little bit. We've got our turf farm going. Ooh, that noise. All right, so all 5 of you belong on the turf farm team. Truff. Turf farm. Green. And you can see how slow the digging bot is. There are 2 popped up. So I'm not even going to wait around. I'm going to program at least 2 more bots to dig up the turf. I'm over here. When you're scrolling around the map, or if you select a bot that's like way off here, pressing X recenters the camera back on you, which is a nice way to snap back. This bot, I don't actually want this bot right yet. I want the dig bot. 1 second, come here. Gotta wait for it to finish digging before it comes. Okay, come here. Now copy that program. Send it back on its way. Then I'll get the new bot. Tell it to come here. Should have copied the name too while I was in there. Paste that on there. Turf dig. Control C, copy. All right, have fun, Wally. See you later. 1 more dig bot. Come here. And then we'll see if our collectors can keep up and if we need any more of those. Paste the program, paste the name, go. And that's what makes the crude storage data disks so nice. You can just start duplicating and doing things at a larger scale easily. So that was 2 more turf digging bots that can go in that team. How are things looking over here? We didn't do any more research, and that's fine because we don't have any more tier 1 research to do. I could probably go ahead and get the station upgraded. Let me stop the research bot so it doesn't follow it around. Just stop. Let me move this over here. In order to do tier 2 research, you have to have a tier 2 research bench. And I don't remember what that takes. There's this upgrade button here. There are no more recipes to pick. But there's an upgrade button. And now it becomes a new blueprint that needs logs, poles, and stones. And my blueprint bots will take care of that for me. I'll just slide on back over here. See how the turf farm is doing. This is slow to begin with, at least. So the 2 over here are the ones I put over there. They're still doing just fine planting and digging, it looks like. I could probably collect faster. So I might want to get another bot on that. We'll see. Right, there's our tier 2 research bench. I don't remember if it'll let me place it there with the bot on the... Yeah, the bot can stand there, but you can't put the building there while the bot's there. I've never liked that. Anyway, we're still gonna leave that for now. We could feed tier 1 research into here, like the basic WUV that we have. So it probably wouldn't hurt. It'll just be super slow because the cost of the tier 2 research is so much higher. Just move that over. You don't need to be there, bot. Alright, bot, go ahead and go. What do we want to do? So we could toss a stick on here and get power technology, which we'll need for the better bots. We'll need the torch. See, we toss a... That's what we get out of this, I think. What is it? Yeah, that's all we get is the torch, which will power... I think that's an ingredient in the Mark II bots. I could be wrong. But, you know, we might as well get started on that. Floors are nice, basic walls and all that. But we'll just get it grinding away so that they're not sitting still while we're doing other stuff. I don't expect a lot out of this research. Yeah, I think 150 was the highest cost in the previous tier. And this first one starts at 500. We're going to get numbers like 2,500 later on in this tier. So it'll be slow going with the tier 1 WUV. But we'll get there eventually. No hurry. Turf. Are we turf and earth? See, we're building up turf now. We've got 13. A little over half the box. Let's see, we can get rid of that planter area now. we know what that is. It's a little more obvious. We can always hover the sign if we need to. Now that we have the turf starting, and we're going to have a regular turf supply soon, let's get started with our cleanup crew. And I think the first one I like to start with is one that goes around and just chops up trees. So we can get rid of some of these extra forests. So let's start with that one. This bot, you're going to need an axe. So we can get an axe from the box. Then, oh, I should have gotten a sign first. That's fine. I'll fix that in a minute. Have it run down here and chop a tree. We can also have it, so that's just a regular tree. There's also some fruit trees around. That's one of the types of food you can make. It's sort of apple fruit. This bot, these basic bots have enough brain to them that we can have it find any trees or fruit trees and chop all of those. So might as well grab one of those over here. And that's pretty much all that's going to fit once we put our loops in here. So if your hands are empty, go get an axe. If they're not empty, you're gonna do any trees you can find forever. And if you can't find any more of those, you're going to chop fruit trees forever. And we'll put, remember this toggle exit repeat on fail? That's the, if it gets to a point where it can't find something, like find a fruit free. It is late, isn't it? If it can't find a fruit tree, then it would just stop and wait until, I don't know, a fruit tree grows in its search area. But we don't want it to do that. If it fails to find one, we want to exit this forever loop and move on to the next set of instructions. So what that'll do is, you see there's exactly one more space that we can put our forever loop on there. So if its hands are empty, go get an axe. If it hits this loop and has an axe, it'll find a tree and go chop the tree. This will also, if it can't find any just plain normal trees, it'll drop out of the loop because of the exit on fail. And it'll go into this loop where it'll look for any fruit trees. So it'll chop all of the trees first, and then it'll chop all of the fruit trees. And if its axe breaks in either of these loops too, the same thing will happen where it'll exit out of that loop, it'll exit out of this loop, and then it'll go, if your hands are empty, oh, they are this time, go get an axe, and then we'll go back into these loops. So this is my tree clear bot. And I forgot to make a sign. This is another very good time to use a sign because these bots are going to move all over the map. And I want them to... I don't want to have to do it a lot. Ooh, new TV? Sounds fancy. So you can keep a closer eye on the heretics. QLED. Nice. So this will be... what do I call them? Cleanup crew. And just make it the biggest area possible. I'm going to put it down here where this bot is. So you see, things get weird when you bump up against the revealed part of the map there. I'll just set it here. Okay, check. I can... Where's me? X. I'll just put the sign down here. And anytime I notice that the cleanup crew is all done with an area, I can just walk to the middle of my own base here, pick the sign up, edit that area somewhere else, and they'll all move to the new area and start cleaning up there. This bot is going well and good, but see, it's just got these small areas. I want to reprogram it to use the sign. So attach it to the structure here. And this area here should be attached to the structure there. Now if you see over here, it used to have those two smaller areas. These areas are now this nice big sign section over here. So this bot is chopping trees and leaving a lot of logs and junk behind. So my next bot is going to start collecting up some stuff and getting it out of here. Actually, probably the dig bot because that's slow. I'll have next bot. You are going to get spade. So come get a spade if your hands are empty. And then over in this area, you're going to find tree stumps. Make the long walk over here. There's a tree stump. I can edit the area while I'm working on that. And this bot's going to look for tree stumps in the sign area, just like everybody else on this team. So this bot can dig tree stumps, but also, like I had this, the tree clearing bot is chopping trees and fruit trees. I can have this bot dig up stumps and then also fill in the hole that the stump leaves behind. So using the shovel on the hole, fills the hole back in. And again, should be the sign area. So you can take that. It's going to look very similar to the other bot here, where if hands are empty, go get a spade. If dig up any tree stumps. Do that forever until you can't find any more. Then fill in any holes forever until you can't find any more. And then do all of that forever. Go. This is my stumper bot. So it's digging up stumps and filling in holes. Next, we can get the bot to clear logs. That's a long trip. So this bot, find any logs in the area. Again, attaching it to the sign area, so it'll clear up all the logs that the tree bot left behind here. And I'm gonna carry them back up. And I don't like to put them into the log storage, because if the log storage is all the way full, this bot won't clear all the logs that are over here. It'll get stuck waiting to put it in the storage. So I cheat and have it walk all the way over here next to the log storage and just drop all of its logs here. And then the bot that's picking up logs for the forestry will find those right next to here and pick those up. So we'll make a stack of logs right there. That's just a move to a specific coordinate and drop whatever you have. This bot will be hands full, drop until hands empty. Since it's always dropping everything out of its hands, I probably don't need a hands empty condition. But again, if I pause it or stop it in a weird spot, I don't want it to try to go find a log while it already has a log in its hands. So I just do the hands full, hands empty. So, log clear. And now we'll get all these logs cleaned up. Here's another special case where these bots are going to run out of power. So we're going to need charge bots for them. So, let me get a bot, come down here in the open, and get this bot to come to me. My charge disk out. This bot, go ahead and load that on. But instead of using the bots search area, we're going to use the sign search area. So now its area is the same as everybody else on the cleanup crew. And nope. This will be cleanup, or charge cleanup. So this bot, its charge area will move around with the cleanup crew as I move them around on the map. So that one's going to go all the way out here and charge our, which bot is that? The tree clearing bot. And this digging bot's just about to run out. Yep, he needs to go get an axe. What else have we got? So we're going to be dropping tree seeds and sticks. That's other stuff we need to pick up. And that's another thing that I can have just one bot do. So you are going to come down here, and I'm only going to do it once. Come pick up a stick. Or, let me just drop that. Or, come pick up a tree seed. And we're going to come drop it up near these tree seed and stick boxes. So just move to this specific coordinate and drop whatever's in your hands. By doing it this way, we can do a hands full here. Oh, it's already hands full. Hands full. There might not be exactly the right number of sticks to fill its hands. So if it can't find any more sticks to fill its hands, we'll go ahead and have it drop out of the loop. We'll do tree seeds the same way, till hands full. If it can't find enough tree seeds, or if for some reason it has sticks and went to find a tree seed, that would cause an error, so loop exit on fail here. Then we'll move to here and empty out its hands. Do that forever. So this bot will pick up all the sticks and bring them over. And once all the sticks are picked up, it'll pick up all the tree seeds, bring them over here, and then it'll be done. Go ahead and go. You are stick seed clear. All right, you can see this is, oh, I forgot something important. Forgot to attach the areas to the sign. Area attached to structure, the sign. Check. Okay, now go. So all of these bots are part of the cleanup crew. Logs, sticks and seeds, digging up stumps, and chopping all the trees. That's 5 bots so far. This will be our cleanup. And if I select the team, all of their areas should match up, just because they're all using the sign. That's pretty nice. What else? We got sticks, tree seeds. We've got fruit, if we chop down any fruit trees. And We're going to need to dig up things like the flowers and the bushes if we don't want those, which we don't. At least not yet. Just because it's bothering me. I'm clear some more of this, reveal some more of the map here. Lots of trees down here. Okay. So let's get a bot digging up flowers and bushes. Just to get those out of the way too. So let me just move up here so the bot doesn't come all the way down. Oh, just like you can center by tapping X. If you hold X while you're moving, it'll follow you. That's kind of nice too. Okay. You're gonna need a spade. Get a spade, and then come down here and think. Yeah, see how it's got the white outline on the flowers or on the bush? That means I can use the spade, or the tool that I'm holding, on the object under my mouse. If I put it on, like, a tree, you don't dig up trees, so it's got the red outline. So come dig a berry bush. And it's got the instructions, so I don't really have to wait. I can move on to the flower. And then just sort of stop. That way I don't have to do it. Let's stop for a second. I didn't want that. Okay. Pick that back up. I don't need these. Okay, so if our hands are empty, go get a spade. If they're not empty, we're going to find any bushes and dig them up forever until we can't find any more. We're going to find any flowers and dig them up forever until we can't find any more. That goes in our else condition. Do all that forever. I like how it takes up exactly all of the brain on these. Areas. I need to edit the areas. Sign. And expand this out to make it wider if I need to. You also are going to use the sign. Shrink it back. Go. So this is very flower dig. Or clear. I could say clear. Except the bot that's picking them up and taking them off maybe can be clear. Whatever. One disadvantage of this is that they'll sometimes run out partway through, or like in between this area and the main base. That's kind of fine. I could have charge bots sort of around that area, but it happens less often than is worrisome sometimes, or most of the time. So I often just go manually catch those and get them. This team doesn't need to work quickly, so it's not a huge deal if one of them sits without power for a little bit until I notice. So we have things going nicely over here. We're digging up flowers, cleaning up all the logs and other junk. There's just a couple more things we don't have anybody picking up. So there should have been berries over here when the bot dug up the berry bush. But you see there's a bird. It's a little hard to see because it's on the back side of the tree there. If I swing this around, there's a bird in that tree. Try to recenter that now. Always fun. Like that, I guess. Close enough. So the birds will swoop in and eat the berries, or I guess they don't eat the fruit, but they'll swoop in and eat stuff if it's just laying on the ground and no one else is around. since we're just using this as a cleanup, that's fine. We don't need to keep those around. What else? A little off-center. Bug me. Close enough, I guess. One more thing. Let's go check on our turf farm now. So over here, our box is getting full, and we have over half of this 100 building up here. That's pretty awesome. Our turf farm seems to be working okay. Let's get our turfing bot. This bot is going to walk all the way over to the turf farm, wherever it is. Here comes me. Okay. Sometimes if another bot is using the same storage, it doesn't let me grab out of it. So move to the turf, take from the turf, and then come over to this area. When we fill in the holes, it's going to leave the dirt patch here, and there might be just random, already pre-existing dirt patches anyway. We're going to bring a whole handful of soil out here and fill in the turf. So, until hand's full, go collect up all the turf you can. And then until your hands are empty, find the soil and fill it in with turf. Do that forever. This one is going to be our scruffy looking turf herder. And I forgot to set the area to the sign. Over here, here's your sign. Check. Go. Where are you? You're going to get turf. I'm gonna stop and charge you. Normally I don't like bots crossing the entire map like this, but in this case I'm not. You know, these bots are working in areas I'm not in yet, so I'm not in a, you know, I'm not wanting them to rush. They can work at their own pace and have things ready when I'm ready to move into that area. You know, sort of like a mall or something in Factorio or Satisfactory, where I don't need that stuff being produced at whatever per minute speeds. I just need to have something ready to go when I stop in. The cleanup crew can just take care of areas around where I am so that when I am ready to move into those areas, it's ready for me to move in. What's going on in the berry farm here? Oh, just waiting for a charge bot to come. Got it. All right. So everything's looking pretty good. Our research. Hey, we're over halfway to fire here. I'm trying to decide if it's a big enough deal to clear these apples or not. I don't have anywhere to come dump them like I do berries or other things. So I think I'm gonna just leave them for now. And eventually, this will all get nice and green turf looking. And then we can just pick up the sign, move the area, and have them work on a new section. Like, maybe just keep going this way. I'll probably have them come over and clear out these bushes and flowers over here in the blueprints, because it's annoying not being able to set stuff there. I just have to be careful when I move that I don't cross over my berry farm, or they'll come and dig up some of these. Alright, so that's pretty good. That's our cleanup crew going. We'll check back in on them in a little while, see how they're doing. Next, we can... I think there might be some tools we need to make, or we don't have automated yet. Now we got the bucket, the flail, crude blades. Let me check what we have. Need the recipes. This is not the right. Is it? Oh, okay. There it is. So we're not making shears yet. I'm not in a hurry on that. Did I get mallets? I am making mallets. Okay. And those are the things that we come, our logs are full. So we could have a bot coming and hitting trees to knock seeds and sticks out of them, since we don't have all the way full supplies of those. We might run out if we're not using these. If we get to that point, we'll do that, but not in a hurry on that. We have buckets being made. I'm not going to be fishing. I could make shears, but we're not to the clothing point yet, so I don't really need those either. Might as well start working on food, I guess. You can see here the logs that the cleanup crew is bringing over. It's kind of fun. Another charge needed. So food. Let's look at our food recipes. Now, I'm already making and feeding the colonists berries. You can see it has my hand. There's a level 1 heart on it there. When we upgrade the colonists to level 2, they won't like this food anymore. They won't give us WUV if we feed them these berries. If we make spiced berries for them, which the recipe for those is 4 berries and loose weed, put it in the crude mixing pot and you get spiced berries. You see that one has 2 heart on it. That means that it's the level 2 colonist food. So if we put them in their huts, where's the buildings? Here? Yeah, so the crude hut here, if we put them in the crude hut, the colonists will be upgraded to a tier 2 and they'll stop refusing the raw berries. So we could start doing the spiced berries, which we'll need weeds for. I was kind of thinking I would do the herby pumpkins though, which is similar, but needs pumpkins. Pumpkins are a little more involved as far as growing them, and you have to smash them before you can feed them, and they don't automatically grow back. You have to replant the seeds and all of that. So it's a little crazy at the root end here, but further down the line, as we can start making other pumpkin recipes, what we're going to end up with a pumpkin burger here. And the ingredients that go into this, the pumpkin burger has the fewest other types of ingredients that need to be dealt with in order to make this. If we do berries, we need, maybe it's like, I can't remember if we need honey for any of this. I think if we do the pumpkin route, we're not going to need honey as a sweetener for any of our stuff. There was a post in the subreddit. If I find it, I'll try to include it in the YouTube description link. But yeah, pumpkin burgers. I don't know if it's pumpkin spice burger, but pumpkin burgers. Yes. So the pumpkin line of foods has the fewest number of types of ingredients that we would need to deal with. We'd still have to do large numbers of them by the end, but there's not as many of them. So I think I'm going to try that. So I need a pumpkin patch. I'm also going to need weeds. And those are insanely easy to grow. You can usually find them on the edges of like cotton patches here. Where I know I saw pumpkins somewhere when I was first exploring the map. Zoom out a bit. There's a beehive on that tree. That's nice. Looking around for pumpkins. It might have gone away. There it is. So there's one pumpkin up here. If I explore up here, there's probably more. One of the nice things about Autonauts is they won't let you harvest your way into a corner. If you accidentally harvest all the pumpkins, see, there's a bunch more now. If you accidentally harvest all the pumpkins or there's no pumpkins at all on the map, it'll find a random spot to spawn some, like it'll convert a cereal crop to pumpkin, so that there's always at least a certain number of them on the map, and you're not left in a lurch where it's like, well, I'm out of pumpkins, guess I'm done. Or stuck. But pumpkins, control, pumpkins, if we look at our stuff, so raw pumpkin, if I click on raw pumpkin, I can see where it comes from. It comes from a pumpkin. If I click on the pumpkin to find out where it comes from a pumpkin crop. And in order to get a pumpkin crop dug up, or to get a pumpkin, you have to use a crude scythe on a pumpkin to get a pumpkin crop to get the pumpkin. So this is the pumpkin in the ground, this is the pumpkin after you dig it or use the scythe on it. I was thinking maybe you could use a crude blade just by itself too, but maybe not. Let me try it. Do I have scythes? That might also be the other thing I needed to make. Yeah, I don't have scythes being made yet. Let's see if a blade will work. Just to grab one, bring a pumpkin back maybe. And let me drop off one of these. It's the turf dig. I'll drop that here. I don't want that. Nope. You see it's red. I'm not going to be able to use this on it. Alright. Scratch that. I'd want him using the scythe anyway, because even if I could use the crude blade, the scythe would probably be faster, and then there's a better scythe later on that would be even faster than that. So the scythe, I think I'm going to need a better workbench for that. Tools are here. I could also search. SCY. Why? Because we like you. Oh, you can do that on a crude workbench. Okay. Do I have a crude workbench? Already crafted? I do not. So let's make a couple more of these. Some recipes you can make on the better workbench too. Not this. Okay. And I'll get some workbenches here. How we doing? This area's looking nice. We just got a couple more holes to fill in, a log to pick up, and then they're just waiting on the turf bot to finish turfing. Excuse me. Nice to have that. Yeah. Yeah, you're never going to run out of something. It's also nice because since it's not an infinite map, you know, there are edges to this map. So it's not like I can just keep traveling west until I find pumpkins again or something. It's, yeah, you'd be totally out. All right, so the cleanup crew is going well. And once our turf bot turfs up some of these, I could sort of slide the sign area up here so they can work on these. But I'm actually gonna... I'm going to have them come over and clean up my blueprint area real quick and then send them back over there. So... Turf herder. Do I not have a charge bot there? Charge bot's out of charge there. Okay. Working hard or hardly working, guys. Here. Grab out my charge disc. You get to be a charge bot. Charge. Yeah. You are going to cover down here. The charge bot ran out right there. Put you on it. Nope. So that'll take care of... Whoops. I'll take care of our turf farm, which everybody ran out. Here to there. I think our turf herder was around there too. Probably why that ran out of charge. Yeah, the charge bot down here was covering this 2 by whatever here. All right. So, cleanup team. I'm gonna go ahead and stop them. So you can see over here, all of them are stopped. And the reason I'm doing that is because while I'm moving this sign, let me stow that. So if I come pick up the sign and I start moving the area, if I take this and just drag it over here, if a bot is searching for, say, a berry bush to dig up, while I'm dragging this, it'll see my berry farm there and come target one of those and dig it up. So you have to be kind of careful while you're dragging it around. And if I drag it through the forest, it'll find a tree and go dig it up. Forest is not a big deal, but the berry farm, those are supposed to be sort of permanent. I can fit it right here and not conflict with my berry farm or my turf farm, and still get rid of all these bushes and flowers. Once those are gone, I'll just move them back out there. So where's me? I'm here. Up the sign there. And I can start the whole team back up again. And you'll see our... pretty much just our berry. Because we have one digging up berries and flowers. This bot will come over and dig those up, and then the turf bot will fill those areas in. And then we have a nice clean building surface here for our blueprints. Alright, I got my workbenches. I needed a scythe for pumpkins. I'll put this bench up here, I guess. And a box for them. So this will be... Here comes the fun spelling part again. S-C-Y-T-H-E, I think. Crude scythe. I don't want to type it again. Copying it. What did I put a... Yeah, I guess I put plurals on these. I like to be consistent when I can. So those are the crude scythes. Stream spelling is better than stream YouTube math, yeah. Did I misspell it? We'll see in a second. This is the scythe bench. Oh. Where is it? Right here. S-C-Y-T-H-E. Boom. Take that, Wordle. C-Y-T-H-E. C-Y-T-H-E. Yep, cool. Word up. Alright, let's get scythes automated. Mouse. So this was stones and sticks. So you're gonna get stones until your hands are full. You're gonna put them... Not stones, blades. Forget I said anything. Let's dump that up here. Okay. Reset. Come over to the crude blades. One of those. The blade up here. Since it's that close, I don't know. Could be either one. Keeping the box, or keeping the bench from overflowing. But I'll go ahead and have this one do that. Just in case, I don't know, the sticks end up being somewhere further away. Hands full of crude blades. Then put them on the bench until your hands are empty, but only do that if the scythe bench is empty. So move there, but don't add the crude blades to it unless the bench is empty. Do that forever. Crude paste blade. All right. We need sticks. Double check. Yep, sticks. Cord, you're gonna come. Ooh, we are almost out of sticks. So yeah, we'll probably get a mallet bot going. Get sticks. Put them on the bench. Because the other bot is controlling how many we output here, this one can just do hands full, hands empty, and do that forever without worrying. So you are the crude paste. Oh, I cut that. That does work. Scythe. The board history. Crude scythe stick. Okay. So we do now have a need for sticks. None of our tools are going to be able to be made because pretty much all of them use sticks. And we're out of sticks. Real quick though, finish off this team by having you pick up scythes, put them in the box. Repeat that for hands full, hands empty, forever go. So you are crude paste stove. 2, 3 of you. All right. Thanks for stopping in, Glass. It's nice chatting with you again. We'll see you around. Crude scythes. Sticks in your crew. Craw. Not crew. SCYTHEMOUSE. I get it now. I missed that, Glass. Alright, so we're out of sticks. We're running out of tree seeds. The problem is, we're not using our logs. That'll change later, but for now, we just need sticks. Because otherwise we are going to run out of stuff. Just real quick, yeah, cleanup crew. Did a good job here. We need somebody picking up those berries, but we'll get back to that. One thing at a time. This spot will be our, we have bushwhackers, now we'll have a tree whacker. So if your hands are empty, you're going to come get a mallet. And you're going to come to the forest and beat up a tree. When I hit that, what did we get? We got a stick out of that. You see, a bot came and got it. It was a little hard to see there. But, yeah. Take this. That's yours now. If your hands are empty, you're going to need them out. Then we're also going to want to say, no, we don't want this going around hitting trees all the time, because then we'll just have a mess of, acorns and sticks laying around everywhere. So we want to say, if, trying to think if we'll have enough memory to do this. Let's put a forever on it. So, find the tree and move to it. But we're only going to do that if either the... How do I want to do this? See, it might be easier to have multiple bots again. Just to say, have one only go hit trees if the logs are full and the acorns are not. And have another one malleting trees for sticks. But if we could have one doing it in either case, that would be nice too. But I don't think this bot will have the memory for that. Because if the logs are full, but either, you know, if the logs are full and the sticks are not, go hit a tree. Now see, if I wanted to put or basically put another if block after this to say if the sticks are full but the tree seeds are not, repeat these steps inside of that loop, I'll run out. I have 3 left, and that would take 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this one's just going to be a tree whacker for sticks. And we'll do a similar one for tree seeds. We can do that just by actually stop that, grab my random disc. So copy this, copy that, go. And I'll have the new bot come up here. I can reuse most of that program because the only thing different was whether which thing it's looking at here. So I can hit this button to change that, to look at our forestry seeds are not full, but the logs are. Go find a tree and hit it. And this would be tree whacker seeds. All right, go ahead and go. And that ding a little bit ago means our research is done. So now we have the crude torch that we can craft. We're not there yet, but we can. So our logs are being used up by the mallets now that we have sticks for the other part of it. Nope. Never mind. Just we grabbed a couple of mallets, so we made some. This went not quite full. And all right. In any case, things are moving again. Let's put them on the tree team here, forest tree. We have one more cleanup crew bot needed. We need somebody picking up berries. Can't use my disc on the berries. Get rid of that. Cool. So pick up a berry. And then we'll do the same trick. We'll have this bot come drop the berries near the box over here, but within the berry search area here. So just move to these coordinates and drop it. Whatever you picked up. Pick up berries till your hands are full, as long as you can find any. It's fine if you can't find any more, just go dump them anyway. Drop out of the loop. Move to that coordinate, your hands are empty. Forever, go, and you are the very clear bot. You're on the cleanup crew. I should do the sign area. It's an easy thing to forget. All right, so you're finding any berries and moving them over there. Cool, go. So it'll clean up these berries. And our blueprint area is nice and turfed over. And as soon as that bot is done, I'll move this, our sign area back over here so they can finish up over there. I suppose I could make a stack of apples somewhere just to have it somewhere. A little later in the game, we'll get ways to destroy things forever if we don't want them, like either composting or putting them into this sort of sacrificial stone head thing to burn them up. But again, that's a little later. We'll get there eventually. What are we doing? Pumpkins and weeds we still need for the next level of food. Weeds don't have to be very large. The farm for those. Let me plan out a little bit here. Got my berries right here. I might as well put my weeds nearby. And then since I'm gonna not really use berries, I'll probably put the pumpkin patch kind of here. And we'll move our colonists over here in that area. So let me put down... The weeds don't need to be large. They grow like weeds. Something like a 5x5 ought to do. Let's say this is for the weeds. Then we can have the tools we need here and kind of share them with the pumpkins. Because if I remember right, we have to plant the pumpkin seed in a hole. I don't remember if I have to dig a hole or not. Let's see if the food will tell me that. How did we get there? Pumpkin crop. We get these. Yeah, so we're going to have to dig holes. So we'll need shovels for both digging up the weeds and also for planting the pumpkin crops. So we're going to need those. So in that case, I can have a box between the weeds and the pumpkin patch and have them share the shovels for that. So in that case, since I'm going to be working down here, let's get the cleanup crew down here next. It's just berry bushes again, pretty much. So it should go pretty quick. Excuse me. Let's see. We're going to stop the cleanup crew so we can avoid disaster. Go get the sign and move it. So let's clear up here. I'm gonna move it one down so that we don't fill in where those weeds are. We're actually gonna clear that out. Yeah, that looks good enough. Move it over. Yeah, they'll fill in that. That's fine. That way that when these berries fall outside of this area, they'll pick those up for me. It's a small thing. I could pick them up. It's just, I don't want to. I have bots for that. Go, cleanup crew. I can put the sign back down. That turf bot is going to fill that in. Not a big deal. Pumpkins. So we'll have boxes. A box for the weeds, and we're going to do a similar thing to what we did with the turf, where we have weeds for replanting and then a bot shifting weeds over into a export box so that we can use those in the recipes. That way we have weeds to replant and weeds to use in recipes separated out, and we won't run out of those. And the pumpkins will be a little bit over then. So we'll have the boxes for weeds, replant seeds. Probably want something like a road here. We'll put the shovels down here. Shovels and scythes. And then our pumpkin patch can be on the other side of the road, like here. And this we will want a little bigger. Say 8x8, sure. This will be our pumpkin patch. All right. Pretty good. Let's get a couple of signs. Let me drop off. Forget it. Let's just come down here. So the weed farm is going to be here. line that sign up just right. Unlink the area. This is weeds. The area is going to be here. Check. Trying to remember if weeds pop out of there, actually. We'll have to test this. The sign down. Let me get a spade. A spade. Oh, how many boxes do I have? How many crates? Might need more than... Oh, I've got 9. That's plenty. Okay, let me grab a spade. Head down wherever there's some weeds. Down here. When I dig these up, I'm going to see if they fall around or if they stack up. I think they pop around. You can see when I dig one up, I got 2 loose out of it, and they popped around. So I'm going to need that sign to actually be a little bit bigger of an area. Put this back. Couldn't see him for a second there. Go drop off the spade, come back here, put the sign up. This will be 1 bigger, that way the weeds will fall outside of that. Check. Cool. Put the sign back down. Let's get a temporary bot to dig all this up for me. Wait. Let's get the cleanup crew out of here so the turf bot doesn't fill it back in. They're still, yeah, they're still up here. We don't want them up here anymore. Right. Running all over the map. Let's have them finish up over here. You see, I deliberately dragged it way down and around so I didn't go through any of my stuff here. Since I didn't stop the cleanup crew, I just moved the area. So they're finishing up down here where I dragged through. And then they're going to work over there. All right. Let me get a bot. This will be just a temporary digging bot to dig up our areas over here. You're going to come get a spade if your hands are empty. And let's dig up the weeds first. Weeds area. So find turf in... It's a 5x5. Nope. One more thing. Move it. Do that as much as you can. If hand's empty, go get a spade. Come dig up the turf. Forever. For now. Temp. Area. Turf dig. Sure. We're also going to want a bot just to nicely get this turf out of here. In this area, can cover some of both, actually. That'll work a little bit, I guess. So find any turf there and come dump it on the farm. Let's see. I can get it just right. I can move to the area and just drop everything. There. That way they don't plant it, they just come drop it, and then one of the farm bots will come pick it up. Move there, drop all. Cool. So do this. Your hands are full. Oh yes, happy weeding. Night, nutmeg. Sleep well, sweet dreams. This is a temp turf clear kind of bot. We got a bot digging up our farm area here, and then a bot shifting the turf out of here for us. Kind of nice. What are these guys doing? Pretty good. Once these guys are done, we can repurpose them to actually work here. So it's not like I'm wasting bots, you know? Let's see, for boxes, we have weeds for replanting, and then weeds for exporting. We'll need spades for the weeds and spades for the pumpkins. We'll also need scythes for the pumpkins. So let's start naming these. This is weeds replant. Just so we remember what they are. This is weeds, call it export. This one, I realize I'm kind of in the way here. Oh, in case you haven't seen this, you just hide me there. So I'm hitting L, but I can also hit this button here to say properties, and then select a structure. I named both of these. This one is going to be weed, pumpkin, spades. Since both of them use this one, hit L again and name this one pumpkin spades. That way the pumpkin farm bots are just across the planned road here, where they can come and get a spade when... Nope, this is spades. This is scythes. S-C-Y-T-H-E-S. Pumpkin scythes. Alright. Go charge a bot. Doodly-doo. Might want to throw a second charge bot on this team. Because they're out too, the charge bot up there. Don't know. Let me see if I can... I'm gonna have to charge it before I can copy the program. Clean up. Charge cleanup. Let me just copy this. Copy. Go. Then I'm going to come back here, because I don't need to be all the way over there, and neither does the other bot. The other bot here. New bot, come to me. He'll be our other cleanup charge bot. And hopefully they don't run out of charge at the same time. Or at least not often enough that I have to intervene a lot. You can see that one is attached to this area. That's why I copied that bot instead of just using the regular charge here. You can go ahead and go. You are cleanup charge. There's a charge cleanup. I'm going to be consistent. Because I could check this. Charge cleanup. Charge cleanup. Copy paste, copy paste. Alright. I'm gonna need a bot down here for charging. Because our charge bots don't cover our new farm areas yet. So wait, you're on the cleanup crew. Alright, new bot, come down here to me. You're gonna get the regular charge script. Yeah. That's why I put the S on it all the time. Pretty much all the time. Like, just to be clear, it's weeds. Still pretty dope. What happened there? This area to here. Nope. Store that. Regular old charge bot here. We can, now that we have our area more better defined, we can get rid of our planner area there. Just select that and delete it. We know that's the weeds because of the sign, and there will be a patch of weeds here in a little bit. Let me pick up. Weeds do not need spades, if I recall. You can just go to the dirt patch and plant them. So I'm now growing weeds. Hooray! And these things grow super fast. Any second now it'll actually pop. There it is. And it's ready to be harvested already. So that's why we didn't need a big farm of these. We're going to have more weeds than we can handle very quickly. Right. You're getting charged. Cool. All right. So turf farm. Let's start our, not turf farm, weeds farm. So for the weeds, we're going to need spades. So we need a spade supply bot. Weeds, spade supply. This is going to be like the other supply bots. It's just going to go grab spades and bring them on down. Grab a spade. That's this box. Yeah, spades go in this box here. And this will just keep doing that forever to keep this box full of spades. Hands full. Hands empty forever. Go. So we'll have a nice supply of spades down here. We might as well program this scythe bot while we're at it. It'll be almost exactly the same. Come to the scythes. And then come put them in this box here. Hey, I'm back. Whoops. Nope. Hands full, hands empty. Do that forever. Go. You are pumpkin. Trying to think if all the words will fit here. S-C-Y-T-H-E supply. Not quite. I'll just call it pumpkin. Pump. Supply. Scythe supply. Okay. So we got this area cleared. Let's get the other turf digging bot. Move your area to dig up our pumpkin patch. And then you can be done after that. Check. No. Pumpkins are different from the weeds, where when we scythe them, it'll be on the same spot. It's not going to bounce out to one of the surrounding box areas. So we can, we don't have to take that into account with like our road here. That's why I didn't leave another extra space there. Actually, it's going to run out. Charge it up. I'm going to, I want this done a little quicker, so I'm going to reprogram it to take from the nearby spades now that they're here. If it ever finishes digging, there we go. Instead of taking from the crude spades way up there, you're just going to come here and take them. Okay, nope. As you were. Okay, so weeds. Let's get our weed farm going. Weeds farm going. Weeds dig. Dig weeds. I dig weeds, man. Really dig them. If you don't have a spade, get a spade. And you are going to find any weeds growing in the weed farm area. Weeds farm area. And dig it up. But yeah. Your hands are empty. Go get a spade. Otherwise, find and dig it up. We're only going to do this if our box is not full. Because we don't want to have tons of loose weeds laying around. So if our replant box is not full, go dig up some weeds so that we get more to fill the box up with. Do that forever. Take this, because it's dangerous to go alone. Go. So that's digging up the weeds. We're going to collect up the loose weeds. You are going to let berries. There's a loose weed piece here. All right, find any loose weeds in the weeds farm. Oh, hands full. Put it in the replant box so your hands are empty. Do that forever. Go. Weeds. Stow. And then we need one more bot planting the weeds. You are going to take from this box till your hands are full and plant weeds in the weeds farm area. So any soil there. That's why I like having turf everywhere except exactly where I'm working. So that, you know, I can use the sign and say just any soil you find in here, but we have a nice border of turf that the product can land on when it goes flying here. So you plant it in the soil. So hands full here. Repeat until hands are empty here. Go forever. Go. You are weeds plant. And before you know it, we're going to have a full box and a full patch of lovely weeds that we're growing on our own, or on purpose. This spot we might actually need to wait till we have some built up here. I was going to do my shift bot there, but that'll be a moment. That's most of our weed farm team, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and form the team. Call it Weeds Farm. Or just Weeds. Weeds Farm. They're kind of this color. We don't have a charge bot that far west. Not quite, he's just out of the area. So, new charge bot. Hey, you're right here. Can't see though. Let's see, charge. You take this. And your area is going to be here-ish. Go. I think I was saying it one of the other nights when we started setting up the charge bots like this. It's one of the things I like about this charge bot setup. I have a whole bunch of them. I mean, that's 16 now. But they're only covering the areas where a bot has actually run out of battery. I'm not trying to do a grid and doing a nice straight rows, because then I'll be covering areas where bots aren't running out of power. And maybe I'm not even gonna go there, but at the same time, they're, you know, covering each other where they need to. So when charge bots run out of charge, I throw another charge bot in that area. And you get sort of this heat map of where most of the work happens. Kind of interesting. All right, we're building up our weeds here. Let me put a disc down and go grab some of the... I think I'm only going to be able to carry like one pumpkin. Maybe I'll smash the pumpkin and just bring the seeds back. Let's do that. I'll take a mallet and a scythe up there. Now if I do... Yeah, I can do a mallet and a scythe, put both of those in my backpack, and then come back with just the seeds in my hands. So I'll grab a mallet, stow that, grab a scythe, because I'm going to need that. And we'll go get some pumpkins. So I chop on that pumpkin, crop, and get a giant pumpkin here. Oops, I don't want to scythe you. There's a pumpkin. We get out the mallet, start smashing pumpkins. And every time I smash a pumpkin, I'm going to get 1 raw pumpkin, which is the food part, and also 2 seeds out of it. So since I'm going to get 2 seeds out of it, I'll smash 1 more pumpkin. And then we can carry back our tools and the 4 seeds. Then we can just get our farm started with that. So, seed. Seed. The seed's over here. Where's the 4th one? There we go. Let's carry those back. Where's my pumpkin farm? Ugh. Yeah, I don't have a box for pumpkin seeds yet. I'll just dump them here for now. Then I'll put the box down. I think pumpkin seeds go in a box. Suddenly I'm not so sure. Where are they stowed in? Yeah, see that down here. They go in a crate. There's a silo object that we'll have to put like grain in, but I guess these seeds don't count for that. So, this will get more complicated later. We probably won't set up the whole pumpkin farm tonight. But for now, I'll just toss these in a box so that nothing comes and eats them, or, you know, they don't deteriorate or something. We'll get this dug out. Got the weeds going nice. Almost there. We can put down the huts. Where are they? There we go. I was thinking of sort of flipping the research bench around and having the huts over here. And then we can have our food being crafted here and carried over to the colonists here. That seems like a good spot to do that. Let's clean up going. We're just waiting for the turf bot to finish turfing. Look at that. This stack here is a little out of place. This is the stack where the temporary dig bot is bringing it over. And it looks like I missed the turf farm. We got a nice tall stack of turf there. Whoops. I'm gonna fix that by just temporarily changing one of these bots here. Where's the turf farm? Or I could have a bot do it. Be an extremely temporary bot. Temporary TM. Have a bot just shift this pile over by 1. Most useless bot ever. You're gonna look just right here. Oh. 1 by 1. Find turf in this spot. Move here and drop it. Hands full. Hands empty. We won't be doing this forever. Very temp. Turf. Shift. Shift it. Alright, so that'll move the pile over and it'll get into this. That was a mistake on my part. Drop. Okay. So it'll just shift the pile over. It's like moving a dirt pile from one spot to another. Alright, look at that. Our whole field is filling up. Now our box is starting to fill up. And if we needed these faster, which we might later, we can get more bots digging and more bots collecting. That wouldn't be hard to do. Let me get this guy over here while there's weeds in the box. If that box fills up, grab a handful and toss them in here. A hand's full of weeds, hands empty of weeds. We're gonna do that if the box fills up. So if our weed replant box is full, grab a handful of weeds and shift them over to the weeds export. Call you the weeds warehouser. Nope. The box is not full, so it's just sitting there going, is the box full? No. Is the box full? No. Kind of goes nuts there. You are part of the weed farm team. Shush. It's too noisy. Alright, see our box is filling up pretty quick here. We were going like 1, 0, 1, 0, now we're at 8. It'll fill up fast enough for now. And these weeds, if you remember, are part of our food recipe. That's the only reason I'm growing them. Our herby pumpkin recipe will take a weed and 4 raw pumpkins. So, I'm not going to need these tools for now. Just come drop these off. Put them there. I'm going to have the cleanup crew clear up over here where we're going to put the colonists in, and then we can plan that out. That's probably where we'll wrap up for the night. They're just doing the turfing over there. Ooh, we've got some grass we could clip over here. That'll be interesting. Dig that up. But for now, I just want to move the area. So, no, I didn't want to do that. Z, edit the area. I'm going to carefully slide it right over here. Get rid of those berries up there next to the forestry too. That should do it. That way we have a nice clean area here. Not Z, I needed X. And drop the sign right there. Pick up my discs. To prepare for this, let's put down our huts. So there's going to be one of these babies. They're going to each get their own homes now, finally. And I'll just put those in a row, like 5 by 5, or 2 by 5, I guess. And these huts are interesting. It's like, not only are we going to have to feed the babies food, we're also going to have to keep their huts in repair. So we're going to need logs down here. And it's kind of far to walk all the way over here and get a log every time we need one. So I'll be putting a pallet down here to repair the huts too. That'll be a common thing no matter what kind of housing they're in. When we get to the next tier up, they're going to have like cabins, and we're going to need planks to re-add in every time the house wears out. So I'll get a pallet and put it down here for repairing the huts. And then we'll have our food, our tier 2 food being crafted up here. We'll maybe put the research bench up here or over here. We'll find some spot for it. And then we'll start crafting and generating tier 2 WOV. Coming soon. going on down here? It's like we went to get a spade. Ran out of juice. Ran out of battery. Alright. I think that'll do pretty nicely. Clearing up over here. We don't have anybody digging up these well, these are just loose mushrooms that I dumped there earlier. Those aren't new. Never mind. Let's see, everything looks pretty good. We'll have our hut repair here. Hut repair logs. Right there. Hut repair logs. And we'll have a bot bringing those straight from the forest down here. Might as well hop on this so it's ready to go for next time. You're gonna take from the forestry logs and bring them down here. That'll be its whole job. So this is... actually might make this more generic so we can reuse the bot for something else later. So it's colonist, repair, supply. Just do hands full, hands empty, fill this pallet up. Go forever, go. And eventually once you see the crude hut there has a bar on it, as the colonists produce WUV over time, that bar will start to go down, and when that bar runs out on the crude hut itself, then we'll have to toss 1 or 2 logs on to repair it. So we'll have a bot watching for that and repairing them as needed. Almost there. See, should we move the cleanup crew? Are they done? Looks like they're done. Move that sign one more time. And probably go ahead and call it a night. Let's see, let's move it. Go ahead and knock out this sort of peninsula of forest up there, I guess. I don't have anybody digging up grass on the cleanup team yet, but that's something we could do to clear out this area for more. Maybe move the workshop stuff over a little bit. Anyway, let's just have them clear over here for now. Check. And then the sign down. All right, so let me zoom out a bit, see what progress we've made. So when we started, we had the berry farm, and we were just starting, or just wrapping up tier 1 of the research. We got that done, and we even researched one of the tier 2 researches. We could start the 3rd one. I might do that, just sort of get that started off camera so that it starts, you know, it'll wrap up sometime after we start the next episode. But we got pretty good research done. We got the research upgraded, got some research, some of the next level up research going. We've got a turf farm so that we can make nice green areas to work with later. We got our cleanup crew going. That was a big project, but now it's something that we just kind of point them at something and they take care of business. We don't have to worry about them too much anymore. And they're making things nice for us. We got the turf farm for them. Got the weed farm. Weeds. Farm. And we'll have our pumpkin patch next episode. We'll get pumpkin food processing going. We can probably... We might keep this berry farm. We might get rid of it. I'm not sure. Might just leave it there to look nice, but we could use that area for food production and stuff. And we're well on our way to getting the tier 2 colonists going. So I think we're set up pretty good, and we kind of know what we need to do next time. So, for now, I'm gonna sign off. Just remember, be kind, have fun, and I'll see you later. Thanks everybody for stopping in and chatting. Have a good night.